Welcome back. Gina Graham with Creative Interiors has invited us into a home that you have recently decorated. And I would probably say the first word that came to mind with me walking into this home was very warm.
Yes.
I love that. And we're in the living room now, which we've done some things in.
This is the last room that we just finished last year. And there's a lot of really unique things in the home. She has a distinct style that she likes, and it works through the whole house. And I think it's really interesting for you to see that because it's over a period of time. It's over like 5 to 6 years. So you have a distinct style, and then you have distinct colors that everybody has.
And
all the time.
You told me that she didn't even probably realize that a lot of the stuff that she was picking, even though it was years apart, kind of still were the same. You could tell her style, and you kind of worked off that.
Right. You know, in the living room here, it's surprisingly, this is the last one, but the same style is in here with the fabrics and the trims. It's just a little bit softer. And then when we moved in the dining room, we went to the elegant, still a similar style, but we did some really pretty beaded trim in there.
Well, let's start with the window treatments in here. And there's even a little specialty to the windows that we have between here and the walkway.
Right. What we did is, because this is such a big window and it has the doors, the big window we did a rod, and then it was such an expanse that we decided not to do a big print. So we did a smaller print, but they wanted a print, so we incorporated that in the little hallway and like a breezeway. And then to keep the style going on the big window, we also did the doors, and it was on a board instead of a rod. So it kind of mimicked the whole thing.
I actually didn't even notice that those were on a board. Now that you say that, and I'm looking at them, but all three windows has a little bit of a difference, but still ties it all together. And I love the color of the window treatments with like the brown already that was in the room with the wood and the couch. That made it very warm feeling, even all the way down to the pillows.
Right, you know, and because she had the built-in bookcases and everything, there is a lot of brown, so you didn't want to have a real stark contrast. You wanted to keep that feel. With the recliner, she picked out a pretty stripe that complements everything, so it's a little bit more of a bold print, but not too much, because it's still a big room.
Right, and I love, you know, maybe people think you can't do this kind of a pattern with the pattern that's in the window, but it's okay.
Right.
You know, I think maybe people get, you know, stuck in that mindset. And, you know, as you were saying, the window treatments in here, you did the dining room first, and then, you know, you came in here and did this one years later, but we can already see by the windows in the dining room, they're a little similar.
They are, and the treatments are very similar. They're just a little bit more elegant because of the trim. You know, it's got some really long beaded trim, and then the color, surprisingly, is a really pretty eggplant, like a plum color, and that just set off the pretty walls with it.
And I love that it kind of ties the home together.
Yes.
We've got the dining room, which is, you know, a little ways away from the living room, but you can tell the whole home has just a feel to it.
Right, and it's still the undertone of browns, so it's not like it's a real contrast with all the gray still coming in. I mean, it still plays well together. And then, of course, she had the slip covers on our dining room table, on our chairs, and that just complemented everything with the fabrics.
And a lot of things you're saying right now. Last time you were in studio with us, you were talking about plums, you were talking about the grays, and you know, we can see now how it plays into a home, how it can feel in there, and that's why I love coming into a home that you've done, because it gives us kind of a better feel instead of, you know, just thinking, how does this piece of fabric go all the way out to a window treatment?
Right.
And I think this is gorgeous, and you guys do a great job of listening to the customer and seeing what their specific wants and needs are. So if somebody's interested in that, where are you guys located?
We're at 5280 Scottsville Road. We're across from Greenwood High School.
And that's great. And of course, all the information is up on your screen. But Gina, next time I see you, we're going to see the bedroom here, which actually has a completely different feel.
Yes, it does.
And I'm really excited to see that. That'll be the next time I see you for Midday.
Okay, sounds great.
We'll be right back.